To get an understanding of this and a perspective on this, I'm joined by Major General Dhruv Katoch, Director, India Foundation on Global Mirror. General Katoch, good evening, namaskar. Sir, help us understand, this is a complex issue which not many know about. The fact that Mauritius had this, the UK was colonizing this Chagos Islands, the Mauritius now has it back, and how India has played a crucial role, but a silent role, in this entire giving back of the Chagos Islands.
Thank you, Shreya. Shreya, the Chagos Islands were earlier uninhabited. But then, of course, there was a period of colonization. Then ultimately the British took it over. And there was a little bit of slave plantation, etc. done in. But when we come to the post-Second World War, this was turned by, it was earlier under British control. But when Mauritius got their independence, the Chagos Islands, they remained, the Chagos Archipelago, it remained with Britain. And later on, in the Chagos Islands, Diego Garcia, which is really the fulcrum of the whole thing, the importance is really Diego Garcia, nothing else.
Yeah.
That was handed over by the British to the United States, and where the Americans have got the base in the Indian Ocean. And the British, of course, they call it the British Indian Ocean Territory because they kept it with themselves. Now, in this archipelago, beside Diego Garcia, there are other islands also. So that entire sovereignty now has come back to Mauritius. However, Diego Garcia, because that is the only military base there, that remains now with the Americans, and they've got it for a lease period of 99 years, which of course is a very long period of time, and we really don't know what will happen 99 years from now. So what has happened here, two things have happened.
Yeah.
One, the Mauritius interests have been preserved because now they have got their sovereignty over the complete archipelago. Now that is very important. The American and British strategic interests have been preserved because they have got the Diego Garcia on a lease for 99 years. Now, why is Diego Garcia important? When you look at the location of Diego Garcia as an island, it is about 1,800 kilometers south of India, south of the southernmost tip of India. It is practically equidistant from the Strait of Hormuz on the west and the Strait of Malacca on the east, about 3,500 to 4,000 odd kilometers from there, and another about 3,500 kilometers westwards onto the eastern coast of Africa. So when we are looking at the Indian Ocean, this provides a springboard for all US operations which are carried out in this area. And they have got the special naval support facility of the United States is located in Diego Garcia. There they carry out logistic support to all their operational forces which are operating in the Indian Ocean. And that, of course, will continue. So when we are looking at the overall picture, in this agreement, what has happened is Mauritius gets its sovereignty over the entire archipelago. The Americans and the Brits, they maintain their base. And to that extent, when we are talking of the free and open Indo-Pacific, it really fits in with that agenda. It also suits India because we require somebody there to look into the security interests.
Which is what I was coming to
along
next,
with
General
India
Katoch,
and
how
the
does
US,
it help
which is located
India?
in Diego Garcia. Yes.
Yeah. Just the fact that there is peace and stability that there is focus on in the Indo-Pacific region. And General Katoch, the fact that will it help India in its maritime security as well when it comes to America helping itself and its allies through this Diego base?
No, I think it is going to help everybody in the Indian Ocean, and if you carry it further in the Indo-Pacific, because they've got another island there, the Guam Island. These are the two bases. So the Guam looks into the Pacific, and the Diego Garcia looks into the Indian Oceans. And as far as the Indian Ocean is concerned, we are part of the Quad. And there are many things which the Quad can do, though I understand it is still not a security alliance, but that doesn't really mean much. If it has to become a security alliance at some future time, it can become. So to have the American presence there, it benefits India certainly, because we can maintain that level of stability with the Indian Navy in the Indian Ocean, and the Americans with the Diego Garcia base and the naval fleet which is looking after the Persian Gulf. So this combination, I think it works well for everybody. It suits India's security interests, it suits American interests, and I think it suits the interests of all the rim countries as far as the Indian Ocean is concerned.
Okay. So, General Katoch, what you're saying is that, Indian Ocean, the Indo-Pacific region, the allies of the US, all will be helped. But as far as diplomacy is concerned, we know that, this was not an easy task for Mauritius to get back. And clearly, India had a major role to play in it.
No, I think it was a very major role which India played because the Indian Prime Minister enjoys a very good rapport with the American President, with the British Prime Minister, and of course with the Mauritius Prime Minister. So when we are looking at that, he becomes a central focus, and I think the agreement which has been reached, and I must give compliment to the entire diplomatic community of India also. It suits our security interests. I think it will suit Britain also. The Britain and American interests are also well preserved. And when we look at it on a slightly broader angle, I think the Quad will be very pleased with this arrangement. Because I don't think the Americans were in a position really to give sovereignty over Diego Garcia. A total sovereignty and move their base out of there. If the Americans move out of Diego Garcia, I don't think that will be beneficial as part of our long-term security interests. So considering everything, I think everybody wins out here. And I think that is a positive development.
Right. All right. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, General Dhruv Katoch, for joining us on Mirror Now and helping us understand this complex issue in a simplified way. Thank you very much, sir.